Welcome to the lunch table, and I'm your host, Favour Ajayi. Lunch is in session. Let's see what's on the menu for today's episode. To keep anonymity, let's call our submitter Lindsay, and let's see what Lindsay has to say. This year, I've been taking a lot of AP classes, so during April and May, I've been spending a lot of time studying. Because I was so preoccupied with my studies, my friend sent me a text saying how I've been neglecting my friendships because I'm so prioritized with academics. How should I balance my social life with my academics, and how should I respond to my friend's confrontation? This is a very serious dilemma. However, you're not alone. A lot of students may experience the same dilemma as you. Balancing school and social life has been a struggle for many students in the nation, especially in schools where there is an intense academic rigor. Some cities across the nation have made efforts to relieve students of academic stress. For instance, a school in Pittsburgh transitioned from the traditional 7-day school week to a 4-day, allowing students to fully take advantage of their day to make extra cash, catch up on schoolwork, and see their friends more often. Being a specialized high school as well as being the number one ranked high school in New York, QHSS is no stranger to academic rigor. Some students have reported to have entire schedules of strictly AP courses. Alongside the academic rigor, students may also bear the responsibilities of leadership positions, internships, and other extracurricular activities. With such a jam-packed schedule, students put a lot of strain on their lives, resulting in dilemmas expressed like Lindsay's. Therefore, to help solve Lindsay's dilemma, a few friends have invited me to their lunch table. Let's see what they have to say. We're at Tabassum and Shimla's lunch table, and they're our first ever guests on the podcast.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so Tabassum is an academic weapon. She's literally doing anything and everything. You can see her in the hallway sometimes, just like doing stuff for Science Olympiad or typing away at her computer, like signing up for another program to do. And although both skills are academic, Shimla is more charismatic in the duo. She's more funny and silly. She's more likely to make jokes at and with her friends, and she's just more like overall, just more like the more charismatic person.
Just more fun.
I agree.
This is just an odd, random question, but like, do you guys put milk before your cereal or cereal before your milk?
I always do milk, and then I microwave it, and then because I don't want like hot cereal, so So
What
I
do
put
you
the
mean?
milk first, and then I put the cereal on top after.
Okay, but who warms your milk though?
I do it. I put cereal and then milk and then microwave all of it because I like my cereal soggy.
Oh my. Okay, well, I like my cereals. I like certain cereals soggy, like my Frosted Flakes soggy. But like, I just drink my milk cold, like it's breakfast. Like you want to wake up, not go back to sleep.
It's like too cold for me. I like
My
a little
teeth
warm.
hurt, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, weirdos. Whatever. Anyway, okay. Have you ever been in the same situation as Lindsay, like off the bat?
Actually, I have. So I have this friend, and his name is Andrew. And okay, basically over winter break, I was like super busy because winter break is basically like summer application season. Like everything is due like in that week of winter break. So you really just it's like day after day, you're just getting one thing in after the other. So I was like super busy that week, and I made a promise to. Well, I didn't really promise. I said, oh yeah, like I want to hang out with you, like and like go out to the city like this one day over the winter break. But when that day came, I realized like, oh crap, I have another thing due literally tomorrow, and I need to plan out my responses better. Like I really need to focus on this. So even it was like low key like really late. And I texted him. It was like it was kind of late. And I texted him like, oh sorry, like I can't go. And yeah, he did get really mad at me. It was for other like he was already on the train, but that wasn't my fault. Yeah, so no, it really wasn't my fault because I texted him earlier. He just didn't see my message. But yeah, so that was like a tense moment in our friendship, I guess. He got really mad. He got pretty mad at me, ignored me for the rest of the week. But I think we did like end up repairing our friendship or whatever because he understood like if I didn't plan out my application better, I'd end up staying up that night. I'd probably like risk my I'd be like sleep deprived. I'd be not like feeling good because I like at the end of the day, like we really need to get this summer program in. So yeah.
And for me, I haven't been in the situation specifically because I study for my APs like the day or week before. But I know one of my guy friends, he goes to another specialized high school, and actually him and his girlfriend broke up because she felt like he was too busy in school. And the thing is about specialized high schools, it's very rigorous, and you barely get time to do anything outside of extracurriculars or school. And so yeah, it's just a sad situation, and I feel like it's very common.
All my middle school friends, I barely talk to them anymore because like I've just like really just don't know how to like maintain friendships like outside of school. I think I focus too much on academics. Like the only people I hang out with are the people in my school, and sometimes we hang out outside. So I think that's really hard for me to like actually like make friends outside of school and actually like keep them. Like, how do you think she should balance both her academic and her personal life?
I think that honestly you should just combine the two. Academics are going to be in your life, so if you bring your friends into it by like inviting them to study with you whenever you go, whenever you like go out to cafe or library to study, or even if you're like applying to an extracurricular, you know it's going to take a lot of your time. If you think your friend's going to be interested in it, why don't you send it to them and ask them if they want to do it with you? Because that way, like inevitably, you're gonna spend a lot of time with them that you wouldn't have been able to spend otherwise.
I agree with that because like I've had programs where my friends were also with me, and it was really the funnest experience I've ever had in my life. We would laugh, we would talk, we would stay night doing projects together, and that was awesome. Not only did we get to talk to each other, we also got to talk to other people, and it was amazing just talking to others, communicating, and experiencing really fun programs together. So Shimla?
So I was actually gonna say something different because I feel like, especially for some people, you can't just like work well like or study well when other people are around you. I know a lot of people, they actually prefer to study on their own, and if you're someone like this, I find it better if if you and your friends maybe have like a study day at a library, so you guys can't just continuously talk, you guys actually have to work there. Or you could just work on scheduling your things better, because at a certain point in your school journey, you'll realize that the more work you put in doesn't necessarily mean the greater grades that you actually get. And so you have to format your studying in a way where you're getting things done in an effective manner. And you could study like April, or you could study as early as February. But especially me, like when I do things last minute, a big lesson I learned was that you need to have your things organized. You need to have to-do lists. You need to have a schedule that keeps you on track, because I feel like when you study so much where it bleeds into your social life, you're actually studying more than you need to.
Backing off on your idea of scheduling, like what does your schedule look like on a day-to-day as a QHSS student?
Day to day, I have a solid morning plan. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I do my makeup, I come to school, and then I go through my school day as usual. And after school, I'll usually spend maybe an hour or two just on my couch, like watching a show. And I want to watch Dini and Georgia, but yeah, usually I'll take like a couple minutes or like a couple hours to just rest to myself, so I'm actually charged, and then I go through my assignments all at once.
I kind of disagree with Shimla on it. Like I should say like, oh, like you have to be organized to like get to have a good social life, I guess. But you know what I like, a lot of people, they do better if they cram, or they do, well, not cram, but they do stuff like closer to the deadline, and they just like zone in for those like few days. I'm definitely that kind of person. Like I would, rather than just studying over like a little bit over a long period of time, I'd rather just like go for one whole day just studying like nonstop.
Yeah, but you have to be organized.
I guess
you're just gonna cram in randomly. What are you talking about?
But I mean, like, that's not gonna be your answer to your like. You know what I mean? Like, some days you just won't be able to see your friends, and your friend also has to understand that.
Finally, responding to the student's actual situation, how do you think they should remedy their friendship with their friend, and how do you think they should go about adjusting the situation?
So the way I would address that is to double down on your priorities, because I feel like school is what's actually going to take you far in life, and high school is such a critical moment as well. It's what's kickstarting your career, and honestly, just because your friend is upset at you for a few days doesn't mean that your priorities don't matter either. I feel like you should definitely address his or her point of view, but make sure that you stand on your ground and ensure that there is a clear line of distinction. And hopefully, if your friend's a good one, they'll understand it. But if not, I feel like it's time to drop them.
I think it's basically what Shimla said. It's important that your friend understands that like academic, like such a critical time, especially April, May. Like you're not gonna have a lot of time to hang out with your friends. Just say like, oh, like I'm sorry that you've been feeling this way, and I promise to make it up to you in the future. But it's April, May. Like your priorities are right like there. Like this is the most critical moment. So they like have to understand that, and if they don't, then they don't really care about you. So drop them.
Okay, I feel like both of you guys address like really good points. I think it's very important to set clear boundaries, understanding the other person's point of view, and then expressing your point of view. I feel that was a lovely conversation with you guys. I really appreciate you guys for inviting me to your lunch table. So as a little thank you,
I made this one free just for you. Next one's gonna cost $100 an hour.
Okay, ignore whatever she's saying right now. A lot of hippie dippy baloney right there. Anyway, so Okay, so as a thank you, I need you guys to sign this so that we can remember you at the lunch table.
Oh, hell no. Whose signature is better, guys? This is mine, this is Washington's. We fold it?
Yeah, fold it and put it in here.
And mine's gonna be on first. Okay.
Well, they're both on the east side.
Here.
Okay, that was a lovely, lovely lunch table, but we have to know what's on the menu for next week. So as the guest, we would like you to pick out the next prompt for the next episode.
I'll do the honors. There's so many.
Can I?
Okay, you pick one. There's too many.
Too many, I can't decide.
Go.
Oh my god! Wow. Wow. Exciting. Coming up
That
next, guys.
is crazy. That's
Okay.
crazy.
Thank
I'm excited.
you. See you next time on the lunch table.
Bye, guys.